I run a successful 3D printing business that generates 6 figures of income. When I first started though, I made a mistake my first year that I still think about today. I often wonder, had I not made that mistake, where would my sales be today? Stay with me and we'll get into what that regret is and how you can avoid it on your journey. In early 2020, I designed and listed my first 3D model. I had no background in design and I had no background in e-commerce, but I got a listing up on Etsy, and the day I listed it, I actually made my first sale, which I would say is not common, but it is my story. And every month after that, my sales grew and they grew and they grew. And ultimately, I ended the 2020 year with essentially a full-fledged 3D printing business that sold 3D models on Etsy.com. I remember hearing a quote when I was attending business school, and it went something to the tune of, if you're not growing, you're dying. If you're not moving forward, you're moving backwards. Essentially, the gist of the quote was, if you are not investing in your business, if you're not constantly trying to expand and grow, your business is going to fail. And though that resonated with me, and it still does today, I used that knowledge and I completely misinterpreted what it meant to be growing my business. And I completely had no regard for where I was selling my models, who was buying my models, and ultimately it led to a mistake that I still wonder about today. After a successful 2020, I was on a mission to improve my business. I wanted to reinvest in it. I wanted to keep this train moving, and I decided the best way to do that was to get better product photos. Up until this time, all the photos I was taking was just on my cell phone, on my dining room table, and for the most part it worked, but I knew that it could be done better. So I invested in a fancy DSLR camera, I invested in a lens, I got a light box with big LED lights in it, and I was going to recreate product photos that were going to be in line with ones you see on Amazon, on Target, at Best Buy, at Walmart, where it is professional grade photography. So I did just that. I took professional grade product photos, and they are in line with the photos you would see on Best Buy, on Amazon, on Target. I relisted all of my products to Etsy, and within a matter of days, my sales completely fell off. Like, I say completely fell off. What I failed to consider when doing this exercise in new product photos was the actual marketplace I was selling on. I designed all these photos to compete with Amazon and Best Buy because I felt like that was the standard I needed to reach. Meanwhile, 100% of my sales came from the Etsy marketplace. And as we know, Etsy is known for handmade, unique products. So when I updated all of my product photos to this stark white background, it gave the vibe of mass-produced product, which on Etsy is not the vibe they want, nor is it the reason why people go to Etsy to buy their products. They want handmade, they want unique. So when they stumbled across my product on Etsy and they see this picture of this 3D printed thing made out of plastic on this stark white background, it gave the vibe of mass-produced, shipped overseas, not unique, not handmade, and they passed on it. So I've since updated my photos on Etsy, and I am very much now leaning into the Etsy marketplace and this idea of unique, handmade, individual sellers, and my listings are performing much better than they even did before I updated my photos. I'm fortunate to have a business now that has continued to grow since correcting that mistake. However, I often wonder, what if I just did nothing? What if I just kept the pictures that were there and I didn't change anything? Where would my sales be today? No doubt pictures are important when selling products online, but don't make the mistake I did and try to be something that you're not. Learn your marketplace, learn your customers, learn what it takes to turn them from a potential customer to a closed customer, and focus your energy on creating pictures that will do just that. Hopefully you guys won't make the same mistake and you won't be sitting here in 3 years wondering what could have been. If you are interested in learning more about 3D printing for money, check out our other video here, 5 facts about 3D printing for profit, beginners must know. Otherwise, we'll see you guys next time.